name is Starborn. Remember, if you want to shine like a star, you have to not be afraid of the darkness, because that is when stars shine brightest. And tonight, if you've been looking on our website, starborninstitute.org, you would already know that the title of tonight's show is Bullseye. And that is because either in this upcoming week or very soon, you could be able to hit the bullseye as you focus on correcting an injustice. And that injustice might involve a financial matter or a criminal action or some sort of cover-up. And if you're not willing to focus on that, other people could be, and absolutely hit the bullseye. And the reason why is that the sun is in Cancer right now, and it is trining beautifully the moon in Scorpio. Well, the moon does rule Cancer, so the lights are trining each other, the sun and the moon. And that moon in Scorpio is tightly conjuncting the ruler of the sign, Mars, which is also in Scorpio. And Scorpio does rule justice and survival, and it is a fixed financial sign. So some sort of injustice could have something to do with money in one way or another. Those three planets are trining Neptune in Pisces, and Neptune is very strong there because it's the ruler of the sign, and it is retrograde or going backward. And since Pisces rules hidden enemies and things behind the scenes and deceptions and omissions, it simply means that since that planet is retrograde, it can be going back and bringing more truth to the surface. Or there is the possibility that somebody could really hit the bullseye right now in correcting an injustice because of some sort of leakage, something where the information that has been hidden for a long time is sort of leaked out in one way or another. And Pisces is a water sign, so there may be some leakage that lends help in correcting an injustice right now. And it could be that justice can be done for the good of everyone right now, which would be great. And yet, there are some people who are not going to be happy with that. And the reason they may not be happy with that is because they could be caught, okay? If they're caught in some sort of scam or some sort of phony scheme, even that has worldwide ramifications, or in some sort of a cover-up, then of course they're going to be unhappy. But there's another reason why they could be unhappy, and it is because there are some people, even if the long arm of the law is focusing on them in regards to some sort of injustice, they could band together with old friends or old cronies or old school ties who could help them out, and they may be able to escape justice. And people could be mad at that as well. And the reason for that is that there are some planets which have changed signs right now, and that can provoke more tension. And that is because Mercury and Venus have now gone into Leo. And Leo is a sign that rules parties, and it does rule extravagance, and it rules not only having a good time, but it rules children and sports, and it rules the entertainment industry. And so there is this idea with Venus there that they should sort of let the good times roll. And maybe people are in a party mood, particularly if they have escaped justice. And that is because Venus and Mercury in Leo are squaring the moon and Mars in Scorpio. And there are 4 fixed signs: Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. And there are 4 planets in fixed signs, the 2 in Leo and the 2 in Scorpio, which are in very harsh aspect to each other. And now that Venus is square Mars, it means that men and women are not agreeing. And there is the possibility that for some people there can be a separation or a divorce pending. And it can simply be that there can be jealous, vindictive, angry people around, and they can be angry at the fact that there is a grand trine in fire signs right now, indicating that people who could be popular gamblers or very good at putting on a good act right now can benefit from the help of old friends who can sort of look out for them or band together and help them. And that is because Venus and Mercury in Leo are trining Saturn in Sagittarius. And when Venus and Saturn trine each other, it means that loyal old ties stick together. And those three planets are trining Uranus in Aries as well. So there is a grand trine in fire signs, and there's another grand trine in water signs, and water and fire do not mix. The trine in water signs is stronger. And so we see that there can be a lot of tension right now, and there can be angry, jealous, vindictive people who are either mad because they got caught, or they can be mad because some other people sort of got off the hook in one way or another. And what could be the motive for, say, high crimes and misdemeanors right now? Well, since the Sun in Cancer is trining the Moon in Scorpio, and the Moon in Scorpio is conjuncting Mars there, and Scorpio is a fixed financial sign, and Neptune in Pisces is also trining the Sun in Cancer and the Moon and Mars in Scorpio. There is an indication, since Scorpio rules money, particularly money coming in from anyone else, that greed is the motive. Greed and absolutely titanic lust for money and total control have blinded the heart and soul of someone who is a ruthless demagogue. They will do anything for money. And so this is why I think that people are going to either be angry because they got caught. In other words, somebody did hit the bullseye, they did administer justice, or people could be a little upset that there are people who are just lucky enough through help from their old friends that they escape justice or escape that bullseye as well. So this is a time of tension, but it is also a time when it is possible for you to hit the bullseye about a financial matter that you want to correct because it's not fair, or about some sort of injustice regarding a criminal action or some sort of cover-up. So the long arm of the law may be able to hit the bullseye, and if it isn't this week, it could be upcoming. And part of that might be due to a leakage of information that does come out one way or another now. All right, what does this mean to all 12 of the sun signs? Well, Aries, I think that you can certainly benefit from this grand trine in fire signs because Venus and Mercury in Leo are trining your Sun where you have Uranus, and so is Saturn in Sagittarius. So you might be in the mood to party, and after all, Leo does rule love affairs. You might meet somebody new that can be sort of a romantic attachment, and that would be very nice. Or it might be that you decide to go on some sort of trip. Or you can sort of be suddenly changing your mind and going off in a new direction, and you would have some popular support for that, which would be great. At the same time, you can be plagued by a family problem or a matter concerning real estate, and that is because the Sun in Cancer is squaring your Sun. Or it can be that due to the long arm of the law, perhaps correcting an injustice and hitting the bullseye, there can be changes in management which could be very challenging to you, since Pluto, which rules that, is in Capricorn, and that planet is squaring your Sun as well. So if you want to go on a quick trip, I think that it would be a very easy thing to do right now. But if you are challenged, you would have to sort of meet the challenge as well, Aries. But you would get more support now because there are more planets in fire signs, so that's good. Okay, what does it mean to a Taurus? Well, Taurus, yours is a fixed sign. Remember, I said there are 4 of them. Your sign, Taurus, and then Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. And there are 4 planets in fixed signs now in very harsh aspect, and that is going to adversely affect you, Taurus. And that is because now Venus, your ruler, and Mercury in Leo are squaring your Sun. So somebody sort of wants to do their thing, and you could be disapproving of that, and it could be costly as well. It may relate to some sort of gamble, or to children's affairs, or something that has to do with sports or the entertainment field, or just perhaps love affairs are getting expensive right now. But anyway, it can be very challenging to you, and that could be that there could be the possibility of a separation or a divorce. So you do have to be careful. And then Mars and the Moon in Scorpio today are strongly opposing your sun sign, and that simply means somebody could be coming after you now, Taurus. And I don't know if it's the long arm of the law, or if it's just the tax collector or a bill collector, but somebody could really be coming after you with a vengeance. So what I'm trying to say is that I don't think that you are very safe right now, Taurus, even though Jupiter in Virgo is trining your sun, and Pluto in Capricorn is also trining your sun. The strength of the harsh aspect in fixed signs is stronger than that particular trine. And since you don't have any planets in your sun sign, I would say that you could be looking at trouble this week, Taurus, and you will have to address it. There isn't going to be any way around it. And so I don't know if somebody angry is coming at you, or if just costs are too high, but there is going to be a problem that you will have to work very hard to resolve now. Okay, what does it mean to a Gemini? Well, Gemini, once again, there aren't any planets in the air signs, but there are some good planets around you, Gemini. And so the sun in Cancer is sextiling your sun, and then Mercury, your own ruler, and Venus are conjuncting each other in Leo, and that is also sextiling your sun. So if you stick to family matters, and if you stick to just casual things that are easy and fun to do in the summertime, you could be okay. So if you keep your life somewhat simplified right now and somewhat casual, you'll be okay. And real estate matters could work out very well for you, and there could be a lot of good family support as well. So that's fine. But if you get into petty arguments with people, that is going to be harmful and very distracting for you, and so I urge you not to do it. There are 4 mutable signs: Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. And all 4 mutable signs should just go to a neutral corner this week and stay there. In other words, the less you say, the less trouble you can get in. And so even though your sign does rule communication and change, this is a time when you better stick a little bit close to home, Gemini, and not get involved in the tension which is around among men and women who can possibly be angry, jealous, or vindictive. Stay out of the local gossip, Gemini, and go to a neutral corner and say as little as possible. And that's true for all the mutable signs. Okay, what does it mean to a Cancer? Well, Cancer, the sun is in your sign, and it might be you who in one way or another is able to take advantage of information that is leaked and that can reveal some sort of cover-up or scam or some sort of scheme that could have worldwide ramifications, and through some sort of leakage about hidden events behind the scenes or about people with hidden agendas, you may be able to know someone who could take aim and hit the bullseye right now and correct an injustice. That is entirely possible. And that is because I think you benefit from the fact that Neptune in Pisces is trining your sun, and it is able to reveal hidden information right now. And it could be by a slip of the tongue, or it could be just through some sort of leakage. And then your ruler, the moon, is conjuncting Mars, and Mars is at home in the sign it rules, Scorpio, and they are trining your sun as well. And because that Mars in Scorpio is dominant and the moon rules our emotions, there can be some people who've just had it for one reason or another. And they could be of benefit to you as you try to correct an injustice, and it could be about a financial matter, or about some criminal activity, or simply about a cover-up. So I think in one way or another you might be involved in that, but you would be very successful, Cancer, so congratulations, go to it, because justice will be for the good of everyone. Not everyone's going to like that, but it still will be for the good of everyone. Okay, what does it mean to a Leo? Well, Leo, lucky you, Venus and Mercury have now entered your sign. They're very early in the sign, so they're going to be there for a while, and that's because Mercury is at 1 degree of your sign, and it is conjuncting Venus at 3 degrees. Those two planets are now trining Saturn in Sagittarius, which means, since Venus and Saturn are trining each other, that old friends can sort of stick together right now, and if there is some way to escape an injustice, it might be through the help of old friends. Or it can be that you can be in the mood to party right now, and it can be with people that you've known quite well for a while. And then Uranus in Aries is also trining your sun, and that means, since Uranus is one love planet and Venus is the other, that your love life should be going pretty well, Leo, and that you can easily make friends, which is great, because you know, you like everyone to have a good time. And there may be something you want to celebrate right now, so that could put you in a good mood. I don't know if the celebration is because you have escaped the effect of an injustice, or because you are wanting your freedom in some way. Uranus is the planet of freedom, but there can be changes. It's just that not everyone is going to agree with everything that you want. Even though you're in a good mood, Leo, Mars and the Moon in Scorpio are squaring your Sun. And so they're squaring Venus and Mercury, and that means that men and women are not getting along, and there is still the possibility of a separation or of a divorce. And so you sort of have to watch out for that. And there is also the possibility that someone could hit the bullseye right now. It's just that you're in a good mood. I don't think you have any malice toward anyone, but it could be a good mood for a different kind of reason than most people would suspect. So I do hope that you enjoy simple summer pleasures right now. I think that it would be sort of safe for you, because otherwise I think you could be looking at somebody coming around that could be jealous, angry, or vindictive, and so you do need to guard yourself, Leo. Okay, what does it mean to a Virgo? Well, Virgo, yours is a mutable sign as well, and even though Jupiter is in your sign and it is trining Pluto in Capricorn, it isn't enough right now to dispel the tension that is in the air among men and women who are unhappy about something. And it's either that they're unhappy because someone has skirted an injustice and escaped it, or they are unhappy because they got hit and they are being caught. And so with enough tension around right now, I think it's important, Virgo, for you to be discreet and quiet. You always want to be of assistance to others, but this is a time when you should go to a neutral corner, and even though you do have a lot of valuable information, this is not the time for you to be broadcasting it. At least wait until somebody asks you for it. And otherwise, try to keep a low profile right now, because there are other people that can be extremely volatile. And you want to stay away from them, Virgo. So that is why I'm saying go to a neutral corner and try to be as quiet as you can this week for your own safety. Okay, what does it mean to a Libra? Well, Libra, this is a time when I think things are beginning to get better for you. And the reason why is that the planets are moving out of Cancer. Mercury and Venus are no longer there. They're in Leo now, and they sextile your Sun, which means you can benefit from the things that Leo rules, such as children's affairs or parties or sports or entertainment or love affairs. And so your love life could be sort of looking a little bit better right now, Libra, which is great. Or you could just be easily making new friends, which could be fun as well. And Jupiter in Virgo is right behind your Sun sign, giving you a lot of protection. There are people that can be very fixed right now. Remember those 4 planets in fixed signs? They are actually not hurting you at all, Libra. You're sort of right in the middle of that tension, and you are a peacemaker, but fixed signs don't budge. Don't get in the middle of someone's antagonism right now. And don't take sides, Libra, because you could end up being the odd man out and being pummeled by both sides, as men and women are not getting along right now. And the main problem is finances, is money. So that is a topic that you should try very hard not to bring up this week, Libra, because people are sort of angry or contentious about it. And that is why I think things are getting better in relationships. And that is what your sign is all about. So I think you can relax a little bit this week. Okay, what does it mean to a Scorpio? Well, Scorpio, it's you too that probably has a very good reason to try to correct an injustice and really hit the bullseye when you go for it. And you may be very successful at that this week. And it might be because some valuable information that had been hidden or omitted is leaked in one way or another, because Neptune is retrograde in Pisces and is trining your sun. Or it might be that family matters and real estate matters that are pending can work out well. Or it can simply be that you are angry at some sort of injustice, and now that your emotions are aroused, remember the moon is conjuncting Mars in your sign, you are probably deciding to do something about it. And your aim could be deadly. That is why I think once somebody decides to do something about an injustice, I think that they are going to hit the bullseye. And you might be a person that is involved in that in one way or another. Either you're going after an injustice to correct it, or it could be that you are very, very angry or jealous or vindictive about other people who have sort of gotten off scot-free because they had help from old friends. And so they were able to evade it. They may be celebrating, but you could be mad at that. So I think that people are going to act on their emotions with a great deal of discipline. That's what your sign rules. But I don't think that you are going to allow an injustice to continue, whether it's about a financial matter or a criminal action or about some sort of cover-up. I think you've had it. And so you can be the strong arm of justice and make something really work out for the good of everyone. Or you could be mad if you are involved in a cover-up and you're getting caught. But either way, this is going to be a week when you really stress your feelings. And I would say, watch out, world, because I think you're going to be on the warpath, Scorpio, but you could have a very good reason for that. Okay, what does it mean to a Sagittarius? Well, Sagittarius, Saturn is in your sign, and it is now being supported by Venus and Mercury in Leo, and also by Uranus in Aries. And so that means that people can either be coming to your aid who are friends of yours, or it is more likely that they have sort of leaned on you and created a burden for you because they need your help in one way or another, and you may decide to go ahead and back them up. And so there is a lot of support in fire signs, but at the same time, there is more support in the water signs, and there can be a great deal of tension among the fixed signs. Well, the moon and Mars in Scorpio are right behind your sun, Sagittarius. Somebody in the background of your life is really stirred up, and they've got a good reason for that. And so they are mad, and they are going to do something about that, and they could do it with precision. And that is why I think the long arm of the law is going to hit the bullseye, and it will involve a matter that has something to do with money. And so you can be very worried about that. The other possibility is that there is some very jealous or angry or vindictive people in the background of your life, and they can more or less be making you miserable right now, Sagittarius. So do try to keep your life simple. Yours is a mutable sign. You need to be as neutral as possible and say as little as possible this week, and don't take sides. You would regret it. Okay, what does it mean to a Capricorn? Well, Capricorn, this is a time when I think that you can certainly benefit by the small improvements that you have made in your health and your bank book, to the point where you can see that you can sort of survive something right now. Or it can be that business or your career could be picking up a little bit as you turn away from the focus on home and family life and start thinking a little bit more about investments or career. And the way that you could think about it is in a cost-cutting way. That would work out really well for you because the planets in Scorpio sextile your sun. And Scorpio is a fixed financial sign. And so I think that you can be pleased with cost-cutting measures that you have taken, and you may be even surprised at how well you're doing on even less money right now. And it doesn't mean you have less money, but it means that your costs could have gone down, and you could be very happy about that, Capricorn, so congratulations. Okay, what does it mean to an Aquarian? Well, Aquarius, this is a dangerous time for you because yours is a fixed sign. And so that means that Venus and Mercury in Leo are opposing your sun sign. And so there is the possibility of a separation in your life as a loved one sort of goes their own way right now, or there can be news about people wanting to party, or who want to do things in a little different way than you would like to do them, so there can be a real difference of opinion right now. And even worse, Mars and the Moon in Scorpio are squaring your Sun as well, and that means there can be some serious matter involving justice or finances that can be quite threatening to you right now, Aquarius. And so this is a time when you need to guard yourself, Aquarius, because there aren't any planets in air signs. There's nothing fortifying your sign, and there are quite a few planets, 4 of them, that are seriously challenging you right now. And that is why you need to be very, very cautious and guard your own safety right now, Aquarius. I don't think you can trust everybody, so don't. Okay, what does it mean to a Pisces? Well, Pisces, this is a time when I think that you can be very helpful in a quiet way in administering justice, or helping to see that justice is done in a way where the long arm of the law can really hit the bullseye. You may know more than people think you know, Pisces, and it would be very good to leak a little of that information to people who are very stirred up right now. And if they're stirred up about an injustice and they want to correct it, you really should help them with that, because when justice is done, it will be done for the good of everyone. And some people might not like it because they get caught, but still it would be for the good of everyone, and it would be healing. And yours is a healing sign. So I hope that you are very cooperative with people this week. And yet, if someone wants you to take sides, you really should go to a neutral corner, since yours is a mutable sign. And try to be as quiet but as helpful as you can this week. All right, thanks so much for tuning in. Remember, you can subscribe to see this show anytime you want by subscribing to it on our website, starborninstitute.org. Bye.